All right, so get this. We're about to take a deep dive into Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah. We've got this traveler's account, 10 days in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
Hmm.
It's not just like, oh, here's what we did, but like what it felt like to be there.
Ooh, I like that.
The good, the weird, all of it.
Sign me up.
Okay, so picture this. Right off the bat, they get to their apartment.
Okay.
And to get in, it's all app controlled, no keys, nothing.
Wow, that's pretty futuristic. Like something straight out of a movie.
Right. It sets the tone immediately.
Yeah, it does, I bet.
And that whole futuristic thing, that's Dubai all over. They're obsessed with being the biggest, the best, you know.
Oh, I know, the Burj Khalifa, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
And they went up it, obviously.
Yeah.
The elevator ride alone, crazy fast.
It is, isn't it? I mean, how do they even build something like that? It's mind-boggling.
Seriously. But it makes you think, right? Why this need to constantly break records?
Well, historically, Dubai's always been this major trading hub, so maybe they've got this drive to be on top globally.
Makes sense.
Plus, there's the economic angle. To get investment, tourists. You got to create a spectacle.
True. A big shiny spectacle.
Good.
But does it come at a cost?
Good question. Is it all sustainable? What about the social impact? Things to think about.
Definitely. Now, it wasn't all just modern stuff. They made a point of exploring the old parts, too, like the old town.
Oh, nice. A bit of contrast.
Yeah, and a traditional coffee museum. Then there's this hilarious story about a spice shop.
Uh-oh.
They got totally ripped off. Like, the bill had an extra zero on it.
No way.
Seriously. But here's the thing. Their guide, he was like, nope, not happening.
Yeah.
Got him a full refund, took back all the overpriced stuff himself.
Wow. That's impressive. It speaks volumes about their hospitality, you know, and wanting to make sure visitors have a positive experience.
Exactly. Reputation matters.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of getting a different perspective, they went on a desert safari.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, but their driver, he was Pakistani, born in Dubai, but talked about the struggles.
Ah, so we're getting into the real Dubai, beneath the surface.
Totally. Long hours, limited rights, and knowing he'd eventually have to go back to Pakistan, a country he'd never even lived in.
That's heavy. It really challenges the glamorous image we often see.
It does.
Yeah.
Makes you realize there are so many layers to this city.
Absolutely. And so many stories we don't often hear.
Right. Okay, now back to the adventure side. Dubai is all about these wow moments.
Oh, yeah, they go all out.
They describe the miracle garden flowers arranged in these crazy shapes. Sensory overload, apparently.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then dune bashing in the desert. Super thrilling.
I bet. Did they ride camels?
We'll get to that. This is good. So they did this high-speed boat tour.
Okay.
The waves were way bigger than expected. They got soaked.
Haha, whoops. See, even with all the planning, there are surprises.
Totally. But it's that mix of natural and man-made that's so interesting.
It is, isn't it? Like they're constantly pushing the limits of what's possible.
Exactly. Now, this is cool. They did a heritage program thing, a glimpse into traditional Emirati culture.
Nice. So we're going beyond the skyscrapers and all that?
Yep. Camel feeding check.
Gotta do it.
Falcon petting.
No way. Were the falcons, like, trained?
Get this.
Yeah.
Falcons in the UAE.
Yeah.
They travel first class.
Yeah.
Like on airplanes, first class.
Seriously? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It blew my mind too. But it shows you their values, right?
Yeah, it really does. Like respect for tradition, even in a modern context.
Exactly. It's not just about the flashy stuff. Cultural understanding is so important.
I completely agree. It's about appreciating the layers, the contradictions, the whole picture.
Right. And speaking of layers, their next stop is a day trip to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that. Abu Dhabi is a whole other world, even compared to Dubai.
Oh, you're telling me? And this
Yeah.
day trip, let's just say it's anything BUT ordinary. Get ready for a Mad Max-style rest stop.
What? Seriously?
I'm not kidding. And the Emirates Palace Hotel, pure luxury. Oh, and the Sheikh Zayed Mosque.
That mosque is incredible.
It's on another level.
Uh-huh.
So even within the UAE, you've got all this variety.
Yeah, you're not just seeing one city, you're getting a feel for the whole region.
Right. And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating. It's the human experience within this incredible place. The good, the challenging, those moments that stick with you.
Totally. So before we go any further, I want to know what's grabbed you so far. What about Dubai makes you curious?
Hold on to those thoughts,
Uh-huh.
because we're about to dive even deeper into this incredible journey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so remember how we left off. Our travelers are about to head to Abu Dhabi,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and their first stop, a rest area that looks like something straight out of Mad Max.
Wait, what? Seriously?
No, I'm serious. It's crazy, right? Like from futuristic Dubai to Mad Max.
That is a wild contrast.
Right. And then from there, they head to the Abu Dhabi Formula One racetrack.
Oh, wow. Talk about high speed.
I know. It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, they want those big global events.
Absolutely. It puts them on the map.
And then, get this, they go to the Emirates Palace Hotel.
Oh, that's the one with the...
Gold-dusted coffee. Yep, that's the one.
I mean, that's just next level luxury.
It is. It's kind of over the top, but I guess
Yeah.
that's the point. I think so. Projecting that image of wealth, you know?
It makes you think, though, about where all that wealth goes, right?
Yeah, it's a good point. But anyway, out of everything they did in Abu Dhabi, the thing that really stood out was...
The Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque.
Yes. Have you been?
I have. It's just incredible.
I mean, the sheer scale of it is mind-blowing. They have the world's largest carpet there.
And the chandelier. Don't forget the chandelier.
Oh, yeah, that too. It's massive. But it's not just the size, it's also the feeling you get when you're there, you know?
Totally. It's very peaceful, serene.
Exactly. Okay, so back in Dubai, they keep exploring all these unique experiences.
Like that infinity pool, the Aura Sky Pool.
Yes. 50 floors up, panoramic views.
You've got to get some amazing pictures from there.
Oh, for sure. But even in a city like Dubai, things don't always go perfectly, right?
What happened?
Well, they got lost coming back from Global Village.
What's Global Village?
It's this huge park with pavilions from all these different countries. It is. But yeah, they got lost, ended up being their most expensive taxi ride.
See, it happens to the best of us.
It does. And then they missed a whole boat tour because they were at the wrong harbor.
Oh.
I know. It's like, even in a city known for efficiency, things can still go wrong.
It's reassuring in a way, you know? Like, it's still a human city, not just robots.
That's true. Speaking of the human side of Dubai, we've talked about the foreign workers. And our travelers keep seeing these moments that highlight that whole issue.
Right, like, they're essential to how Dubai functions, but we don't always hear their stories.
Yeah, and it's easy to forget about that when you're surrounded by all the glitz and glamour.
Exactly. It's good that they're getting those different perspectives.
I think so, too. Like that conversation with the Pakistani driver during the safari.
Oh, yeah, he was so open about his experiences.
It really humanizes the whole thing. Makes you think about the bigger picture.
And then on the other side, they've got those moments with the heritage program, the Emirati culture.
Right, the generosity, the hospitality.
It's a good balance, you know? You see
Yeah.
the contrast, the different sides of Dubai.
And it's not just about the big things, it's those little details, too.
Like the falcons flying first class.
Exactly. It sticks with you, makes you think about their culture, their values. So as we wrap up this part of our Dubai deep dive, I'm curious, what are your thoughts so far? We're starting to see Dubai in a new light. We've seen the attractions, the culture, the challenges. Are you ready to dive even deeper? Welcome back. It's wild, right? I mean, Dubai is constantly surprising you.
It is. This whole trip, they're showing us Dubai's ambition, but also this deep respect for their history, you know?
Yeah, like they want to be global leaders, but also hold on to tradition. It's in everything, the architecture, how they approach tourism.
Right. Remember how they were talking about their apartment and you just use an app to get in?
Yeah, no keys or anything.
It's like a little hint, you know? Dubai wants to be that place where tech is just part of everyday life.
Makes you think, though, what about people who can't keep up with all that change?
That's the question, isn't it? Progress always has a flip side. But amidst all that future focus, it's cool how drawn they were to the more traditional stuff, too.
Slightly, like everyone wants something meaningful, something more than just the material stuff.
Exactly. Whether it's that peacefulness they talked about at the mosque or just the warmth of the people.
Yeah, can't forget those little mishaps, too. Getting lost, ending up at the wrong harbor, adds a little reality check.
I love those stories, you know? The stuff that doesn't make it into the travel brochures, that's the real trip.
Truth. But out of everything, that conversation with the driver, the Pakistani guy,
Oh, yeah.
it really stayed with me. You get caught up in the shiny Dubai, and then he reminds you.
About the people who built it all, right? The workers, the ones we don't always see.
Yeah, and it makes you think about, like, our responsibility, you know, as travelers, as consumers.
It's like, don't just see the surface, see the whole picture, the good and the bad.
So where does that leave us? I mean, Dubai. It's ambitious, it's impressive, but there's this whole other side, too.
And that's what's so great about these deep dives, right? No easy answers, just more questions, more to explore.
So what about you? What would your Dubai story be? Would you get lost in the skyscrapers? Or would you dig deeper, try to find those hidden stories?
Whatever you choose, keep exploring. That's what it's all about. Until next time.